Welcome to Creating Disney Magic with Lee Cockrell. Lessons in leadership, management, and customer service. You can create magic too. I'm your host, Jody Mayberry, and of course, I'm here with Lee Cockrell, the retired executive vice president of Walt Disney World. How are you doing, Lee?
All is well, thank you. Good to see you.
Well, we have a good topic to talk about. We have a listener question, which ties into an event we have coming up in Orlando. And I will say, if you're going to Orlando, you should call our friends at Magical Vacation Planner. You can reach them at 407 442 2694. Perhaps you're coming for a Cockrell Academy workshop and you want to throw in some theme park time while you were there. Well, Magical Vacation Planner can help with that. Lee, we're going to talk the topic of customer service because we have a brand new workshop with the Cockrell Academy called World Class Customer Service. It's based on Lee's book, The 39 Rules, combined with the customer experience cycle, a workshop Lee and I developed together that is a live in-person workshop at University of Central Florida Rosen College of Hospitality Management. So customer service is on my mind. And we do have a listener question from Grace about customer service. Do you think having a level of confidence in yourself affects the way you provide guest experience? So what do you think, Lee? Does your personal confidence impact the way you serve people?
Oh, absolutely. If you're full of confidence, you do the right thing. You're not afraid to approach the guest. You're not afraid to explain. You're not afraid to deal with anger, and you're more of a professional. You don't ask somebody else to go deal with them or take care of it. You do the hard things, and you're there for your team, and you step out there when there's a problem and not try to hide in the office. Absolutely, self-confidence. I think self-confidence is we always ask, because some people are asking, somebody asked me the other day, what do you do when you got an employee that's just not doing what they ought to be doing, and they're not, their attitude's a problem, and their performance is a problem. And I asked him, I said, what'd your mother do when you did that? And he said, oh yeah, okay, I get it. You deal with it. You got to talk to them. You got to maybe empathy, maybe discipline, maybe termination, maybe a few days off, maybe nothing. We keep having these discussions about what do you do if this happens. What you do is you deal with it. You don't hope that it goes away because, and that's what we all do. I mean, I do it too. When something's hard, we just kind of want to forget about it, hope it goes away, and then it comes back to us in a month or two or three or and it's becoming more and more clear to me that we all know what to do, but somehow we're a little insecure about it. We might think we don't know enough about it, or we don't have enough knowledge, or that guy, I'm going to go over and talk to him, but he looks pretty big. I'm not sure if I want to deal with him, or all these things. And as a professional and as a leader and as a parent, when something is difficult and hard, that's when leaders step up. That's when we need you. We don't need you when everything's going fine. We need you to step up, have the confidence to go, and the guest may scream and yell at you and work you over and tell you blah blah blah, and that's good. You go take it. It's just avoiding conflict is going to come back to bite you, and conflict will arise in every part of life, whether you're on the road, whether you're in a restaurant, or whether you're with your wife. I mean, all kinds of conflicts come up in life. Your kids, your health, and you've got to grab it and do the best you can to fix it. And as we talked about, just do your best. Go over and deal with it. Maybe you'll find out after you've dealt with it 10 times, you get better at it, because you'll think about what you wish you'd have done that time, and the next time, and the next time, and over time, your expertise grows. And because now when you've had to deal with 10 bad customers that are not happy, you'll get your act together better and better and better, and know what to say, what to do, and also probably start to figure out maybe I should fix these things so they don't happen anymore. And so it's we're all that way. I mean, we all avoid difficult things, especially emotionally difficult, because hey, it's more fun to not have to deal with it. As we always say, if you can't deal with hard things, don't become a parent and don't become a leader, because that's pretty much why you're there. Uh, if everything was going to go fine and there was no problems, they could save your payroll salary and get rid of you. But we need leadership. We need people, and that's the main reason we need leaders. Is we need them when their things are hard and when they're tough, and we need their thinking and their attitude and their ability to pull people together and to tell the truth and be honest and have integrity, and no matter how hard it is. And so, yeah, absolutely. You got to build your confidence. The way you build your confidence is through experience, exposure, doing it over and over and over again, reading. You know, the more you know, the better you'll handle it. And yeah, you'll learn the right spiel for dealing with a guest eventually. Like it just may be, sir, I want to make you happy. Now, what do I need to do here? Or are you? If you'll stop yelling at me, I'll be happy to help you. I'm so sorry this happened. You'll get better yourself, where it won't be any anxiety. Your stomach won't hurt when somebody says you got to go deal with a guest. Yeah. So sure. And we all been there. I didn't have self confidence when I started out. I was one of these pains that avoided all the hard things and the hard conversations, and just like everybody else. And it's kind of like when you go through the battle, you come out stronger. And so after 50 years of battles, there's not many. I don't. There's not much bothers me anymore. I wish I'd had this when I was 18, 20, 22 years old. Because we even do it, kids do it in school. They don't deal with hard things. They're having problems. They don't know who to talk to. They're being bullied. They don't know what to do. Uh, Somebody's cheating. They get involved in it. Yeah, hard things are hard. We've always
That's
talked about.
well, Lee, with what you've just said and the understanding that self confidence improves service, if I'm a manager or a leader, what can I do to improve the self confidence of my team so they can serve customers better?
Yeah, I'd say I would make sure they knew you're always available to support them. You're available when they have a problem, when they need something, they can get you. You'll step up, you'll get involved, you'll be there for them, and that you're always focused on their development and training and giving them good feedback, and you're making them better every day. And you're out in the operation with them. So they see that you know how to do the work too, and you're competent. And when you become part of the team, I just wrote a little training manual, which I said, when you have meetings, have round tables, so everybody feels equal instead of the big long table with the boss up at the front. So just be that kind of person. You're where they say nice things about you behind your back because you're always available. You always make their life better. You're encouraging, and you step in and help with big issues that are a problem. That's just be that person. You know, I was thinking the other day, do or don't do. That's your job every day, and be or don't be. Be the person that makes everything better. That's why you're the center of attention. You're the boss, and mainly what mothers and fathers do too. Just do the right thing.
Does training like the World Class Customer Service Workshop help build self confidence?
Oh, absolutely. All training. I mean, I think about what I didn't know before I went to each hotel that I worked at in my life. And uh, the apprehension I had and the insecurity I had was because of what I didn't know. And I was pretty sure everybody else knew it. They're 10 years older or 5 years older, or been doing it a long time. So I was insecure about it. When I went to the Waldorf Astoria, I was really insecure. I had no idea of first class service and how you did it and the foods. Half the food I'd never seen in my life, didn't know what they were talking about. And I just kind of stayed low key and tried to play the game but it's very intimidating. And I would tell you, most people can think about the first day on a job. When you're the first one, you're the first time you're on a job, and everybody knows what they're doing but you. how that's a long day, and creates stress, and then 2 weeks later, you're like everybody else. No big deal. You can handle it. It's fine. It's like getting on the bike. First day's tough. Third day's not so bad. And
Hmm.
yeah, that's what you do. You go through the fire.
Yeah, I think
No,
that's great. That's
yeah,
great. The training, like the workshops we do, if you have your own training, that helps. Pre-shift meetings, we've talked about those many times on Creating Disney Magic. Pre-shift meetings really help because they're short, but they're consistent. It's constant messaging every day to help your team.
absolutely. If you don't know something more today than you did yesterday, you it's all available. Try to figure out if you're learning something new every day. Yeah.
And then for yourself, the Main Street Leader. I feel like this whole episode I'm just plugging the products and workshops we do, but for yourself, the Main Street Leader gives you. It's almost like Lee writing you a letter saying this month this is what you will work on. This is what you will focus on. That really helps build your self confidence as a manager and a leader, and helps you help your team build their confidence. And the more I feel like the deeper it gets into the Main Street Leader, the more volumes you read, the more you know, the more you've been exposed to, which then allows you to expose your team to more and handle more. And the the Main Street Leader is monthly, but it goes on for quite a while, and you will learn a lot from pre-shift meetings to lessons from Lee's to career to time management to lessons from Lee's mother. That's always my favorite part of the Main Street Leader.
Hey, I got one the other day from a guy who told me he had just signed up for the Main Street Leader, and the first one was where we talked about cleanliness, and he said it gave him a whole new, different way to think about cleanliness, how important that was, because he observed it at Disney, where everybody was doing it, and he was surprised. A big mess on the street, and the manager stayed there until he got it totally cleaned up, every speck of paper. And he said, I never thought about it that way, but now I will always think different about cleanliness, which means he'll do better in his business, his work. Once they say, once you've been enlightened, you can't go back to the dark.
Mm.
Once you've seen it, you go,
Yeah.
oh, now I get it. And that's true. Once you learn something, you'll see it every day, like you didn't see it before.
That is a great example. Lee said exposure helps. He has now been exposed to cleanliness in a way he hadn't before. I forget what volume it is. There's also an article about Lee saying, in order to deliver hot, delicious, salty fries to a family, who was more important? The person that brought the fries out, the person that cooked the fries, the person that delivered the fries, the person that ordered the fries. Well, we had somebody reach out after reading that and said, Lee, I had never considered that. I had never considered that even the person placing the orders has a direct impact on customer service, even though it may happen a week later. It really matters. Well, there's another example of someone who was exposed to an idea on how backstage really impacts on stage and the way customers are served. And if you're not getting exposed to those new thoughts, new ideas, then you're not advancing the way you're serving and you're not building your self confidence, which then helps with customer service.
Absolutely, and I think that one concept you just talked about helps everybody understand it takes many people along the way to create excellence. And it starts way back sometimes where you don't even know about that person, but they're doing something that made it right and got there. And maybe it was 12 steps to get the French fries to the customer hot and salted. And
Mm-hmm.
you didn't realize that. What you don't know, you don't know. It's a way of thinking. There are many links. I was thinking about the Artemis that went to the moon and back. Oh man, how many people were made that happen? I mean, if one person had screwed up, it wouldn't have happened. I mean, How many people, people we can't even know who they were. Some of them made the part 10 years ago or 5 years. Or I mean, it's excellence takes, as we said, teamwork. Everybody on the same page.
Yeah, that's right. Great example. If you want to find the Main Street Leader or the workshops or courses, it's all at cockerellstore.com. If you have a question you would like Lee to answer, a topic you'd like us to discuss, you can find Lee at leecockerell.com. I'm at jodymayberry.com. Until next week, go out and create magic for others.